Friends. So today we're going to talk about what to do when loneliness is pulling you down. Because loneliness was pulling me down yesterday, 2 days ago, and I could identify it and I knew what to do. And then I thought, hey, let's talk about this just in case you're feeling lonely, so you know what to do. But there's first things first. I just want to let you guys know that I'm dropping my lives down to 3 days a week just for a little bit because I have some big things that I'm working on that will be coming out later on in a few months. But I do need more time to dedicate to that. So I'm dropping my lives down to 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then after I get all these things up and running, I'll be back to this normal 5 days a week. So I was feeling very lonely and I could feel it start to pull me down. And it's not that I don't have friends here in Wisconsin. I do. And I know the neighbors and I've been social, but I don't have those like deep connections yet. Like those deep friendships. And I love deep conversation. So that like really fills my cup, having lots of deep conversation. And so I don't have those kinds of friendships yet. I say yet because it takes a while to develop them. And some of the friendships that I have right now may become deep conversation friendships, but it takes a while for like a first meeting kind of friendship to develop into a deep convo friendship. So I could feel myself I was down, my vibration was low, I was kind of sad yesterday, and I was like, okay, I need to have some more interaction in my life, some more conversations and friends. And so I made this whole this whole plan out. And this is what I'm going to share with you, kind of the steps that I did. The first step is if you feel loneliness is starting to pull you down, first thing you need to do is you need to realize it, right? You need to have a gauge on your feelings and your emotions and be like, okay, well, something's off, right? And then be aware of the things that might bring you down. So if there are things in your life, like say the news, that after you watch the news, you just feel really, really low, then maybe that's not a good thing for you to be watching every single day. So make those adjustments too. But then also kind of think back. If you find yourself in like a very low spot, think back and about like what was happening before. What were those things that like were my little hints that I was going to get into a deep loneliness or a deep sadness. And then once you can identify those little hints along the way, it will help you in the future to pick up on those cues before you sink into a deep loneliness. So once I picked up on my cues and I knew, I was like, okay, I need to make a change right now. I need to do something. The next thing was number 2, do something about it. Take those action steps and do something about how you feel. Sometimes people will stay in loneliness and they think that is someplace that they can just stand in and remain the same, but you can't. Loneliness is not something that you are able to stand in. So loneliness is here, okay? We're right in the middle. If you can walk through it, if you stand and you stop and you don't want to do anything about your situation and you just want to feel those feels for a while, you don't stand there, you actually start sinking down. Okay, so we want to keep walking through and then out of loneliness. So the number 2 is to do something about it. Make plans, find connections, call your friends, call some people that you want to talk to and listen to some books. Like find things that will fill your time, but also like make plans to go and do something or call somebody, get that interaction right away. And then number 3 is planning for the future. So something that I have in my schedule right now is once a month, I go and hang out with a friend for a weekend. It's something that reboots me, and then I feel like I have like enough conversation in where I'm good for a while. And it's also like an anchor point for me. Like I know that I have this weekend to rest, relax, recuperate, and then keep going with my life, right? So, okay, let's just take a step back. Okay, so when I was yesterday, I think it was yesterday, feeling kind of low, there's a few things that I did, and I want to share them with you. So I messaged a friend. I saw that she's going to be in Wisconsin, and I was like, hey, we should get together. Like, it'd be so fun to meet up. And so we met up, and then I made the choice that on Wednesday nights, I usually drop my kids off for Wednesday nights, and then I use that hour to work on my business. And I'm like, okay, now I need to readjust that. And I'm going to use that hour to talk to other adults and hang out and get my conversation need in. So that's a weekly thing, right? So when you're going through planning out your future, you can plan something monthly. You can also have like a weekly thing, like your weekly, you're going to get lots of connection and conversation on this night, like plan it out. So those are the 3 tips, the 3 things to do if you are feeling like loneliness is pulling you down. And I just want to say that if you feel like loneliness is pulling you down, there is a deep dive conversation about loneliness that I did with my friend Carrie. And it's in the Homesick to Happy group. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Right there, right below. It's in the Homesick to Happy group. And then I'll put a link in the description too. Or you can just search it on Facebook. That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But don't stay in loneliness, my friends. When you stay in loneliness, remember that you're not actually staying there, you're sinking down. So if you need a friend to walk through loneliness with you, I'm your girl. And let's move together, right? So I hope you guys have the best day, and I'll talk to you later.